Picture this. You're in a conversation, everything's fine, until the other person locks eyes with you. Suddenly, you become hyper-aware of your face, your breathing, where your hands are. Your brain starts screaming, "Look away, now!" You glance at the floor, the wall, your phone, anywhere but their eyes. And afterward, you replay the whole moment wondering, did I seem weird, awkward, weak? Here's the truth. Struggling with eye contact is almost never just shyness. It's usually a window into deeper patterns, anxiety, past experiences, social conditioning, and how your brain reads danger and safety in other people. Reason 1. The brain thinks eye contact equals threat. From an evolutionary perspective, direct eye contact is not neutral. In the animal world, a long, unbroken stare often means challenge, dominance, or danger. Your nervous system still carries that wiring. When someone's eyes lock onto yours, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, can interpret it as a mini threat, even if the situation is completely safe. So your body reacts. Your heart rate jumps, your muscles tighten, and your brain switches from relaxed conversation to survival mode. For some people, that survival mode shows up as fight. They hold intense eye contact, almost like a challenge. For others, it shows up as flight. They look away, fidget, laugh, or pretend to check something on their phone. If you constantly break eye contact, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means your nervous system has quietly decided that strong eye contact isn't safe, and it's choosing protection over performance. Reason 2. Social anxiety behind the eyes. Now layer social anxiety on top of that survival wiring. People with social anxiety are hyper-focused on how they appear to others. Every look feels like a silent judgment. Eye contact becomes a magnifying glass for that fear. When someone looks you in the eyes, your brain doesn't just see a face, it sees an imaginary scoreboard. Do I look confident right now? Are they bored? Am I blinking too much? Do they think I'm stupid? Instead of listening to the words, your mental energy gets hijacked by self-monitoring. Maintaining eye contact and forming sentences at the same time becomes mentally exhausting. So your brain takes a shortcut. It quietly drops eye contact to reduce the pressure, hoping nobody notices. Ironically, what you do to feel safer can make you seem disinterested, insecure, or distant. Exactly the impression you were trying to avoid. Reason 3. The weight of past experiences. For some people, avoiding eye contact didn't start in adulthood. It started in childhood, long before they had words for it. Maybe they grew up in a home where looking an adult in the eyes was seen as disrespectful. Maybe they had a parent whose gaze meant criticism, shouting, or unpredictable anger. Over time, the brain quietly connects eye contact with danger, shame, or conflict. Looking down or away becomes a survival strategy. If I make myself smaller, maybe I'll be safer. Even years later, in a calm adult conversation, that old pattern can still run in the background. The other person just thinks you're shy or closed off, but your nervous system is replaying rules that once kept you emotionally safe. This is why some people are completely fine texting or chatting online, but freeze the moment someone looks them in the eyes in real life. Reason 4. Cultural conditioning and respect. Eye contact isn't just psychological, it's cultural. In some cultures, staring directly into an elder or authority figure's eyes is considered rude or confrontational. Children raised in these environments learn to show respect by looking down or away. That behavior gets baked into their social instincts long before they ever take a psychology test or watch a body language video. Then they step into different cultures, workplaces, or social circles where strong eye contact is labeled confidence, and lack of it is labeled weakness. So if you struggle with eye contact, part of it may not be anxiety or trauma at all. It may simply be your cultural definition of politeness colliding with someone else's definition of confidence. Reason 5. The neurodivergent lens. Now, there's another group that often gets misunderstood: neurodivergent individuals. Many autistic and ADHD individuals find eye contact physically draining, overstimulating, or distracting. For them, looking into someone's eyes can feel like turning up the brightness and volume of the interaction all at once. Their brain might process facial expressions, tone of voice, and background noise more intensely, making eye contact one more input in an already overloaded system. So they do something smart. They look away to focus on what you're saying. They may listen better, think more clearly, and respond more thoughtfully when they're not forcing eye contact.
But because most people equate good eye contact with good listening, these individuals get judged unfairly. They're often more attentive than they look, just operating with a different sensory balance than the norm. Reason 6. Fear of being truly seen. Sometimes avoiding eye contact isn't about the other person at all. It's about not wanting to face yourself. Eye contact can feel like an X-ray for your inner world. If you carry deep insecurities, shame, or the feeling that you're not enough, being looked at directly can feel almost exposing. There's a quiet fear. If they really look at me, really see me, they'll notice what's wrong with me. They'll see I'm a fraud, broken, or boring. So you protect yourself by keeping conversations light, eyes drifting, attention scattered. On the surface, it looks like casual interaction. Underneath, it's emotional armor. People who avoid eye contact this way often crave deep connection the most. But their fear of being truly seen builds an invisible wall right at the point where real connection usually starts, eye to eye. Reason 7. Power, status, and submission. Eye contact is also a silent negotiation of power. Think about job interviews, arguments, or negotiations. Who looks away first? Who holds the gaze? People who feel lower status in a situation, socially, professionally, or emotionally, are more likely to break eye contact first. Not because they're less valuable, but because their brain is picking up on subtle hierarchies and slipping into a more submissive role. On the flip side, some people weaponize eye contact. They hold a hard, unblinking stare to dominate conversations, intimidate, or test someone's confidence. If you've ever struggled to hold eye contact with a certain person, ask yourself, do they make me feel safe or judged, evaluated, and ranked? Your eyes may be telling the truth your words are too polite to say. Reason 8. Overthinking the rules. Here's an underrated reason people struggle with eye contact. They're trying too hard to do it right. They've watched TikToks, read body language threads, and memorized rules like hold eye contact 60 to 70% of the time. Now every conversation turns into a mental math game. Okay, look at them while they talk, glance away every few seconds. Oh no, I stared too long, now I look creepy. Look away, not that far away, now I look distracted. All that analysis destroys natural flow. Instead of being present, you're stuck inside your own head, running social scripts instead of having a real moment. Ironically, the people with the best eye contact aren't usually tracking it at all. They're simply engaged, curious, and emotionally present. Eye contact becomes a side effect, not a performance. Reason 9. Hidden strengths behind avoidance. So here's the twist nobody talks about. People who avoid eye contact often have hidden psychological strengths. They're usually highly sensitive to tension, micro-expressions, and subtle mood shifts. That sensitivity can look like anxiety, but it's also the root of strong intuition and empathy. They may pick up on discomfort before anyone else. They notice small changes in tone, body language, and energy in the room, even while looking away. Some of the most emotionally intelligent people aren't the ones who dominate the room with their gaze. They're the quiet observers at the edge, absorbing the whole scene, feeling more than they ever show. The problem isn't that they lack social ability. It's that the way they protect themselves, by breaking eye contact, sometimes hides just how perceptive they really are. Reason 10. Training the nervous system, not faking confidence. So what if you want to get better at eye contact, not just to look confident, but to actually feel safer in social situations? The key is not to bully yourself into staring contests. It's to retrain your nervous system slowly. Start micro. The next time you talk to someone at a store, hold eye contact just for the first hi and thank you, then look away. With friends, pick tiny moments to practice. Maintain eye contact just while asking a single question. Hold their gaze only during the punchline of a story. You're not proving anything. You're teaching your body that these small doses of direct connection are safe. Over time, what once felt like a threat starts to feel more neutral, even natural. And remember, good eye contact doesn't mean staring into someone's pupils nonstop. Healthy conversation is a rhythm. Eyes meet, drift, return. Connection isn't about locking in. It's about syncing up. So what does all of this say about you if you struggle with eye contact? It doesn't mean you're broken, unconfident, or antisocial. It might mean your nervous system has learned to see eyes as a warning sign. Your culture trained you to see gaze as respect or disrespect. Your brain processes social information more intensely than most. You're more sensitive to judgment, shame, or conflict than you let on. And it might also mean you're more observant, more empathetic, and more self-aware than you realize. You're just fighting a battle between your desire to connect and your instinct to protect. The real goal is not to force yourself into someone else's idea of confident eye contact. It's to understand your patterns, respect where they came from, and then gently decide which ones you want to keep and which ones you're ready to outgrow. Final call to action. So, are you the one who can hold a steady gaze without flinching? Or the one who looks away the second someone's eyes meet yours? Neither one makes you better or worse, but both reveal a story about how your mind learned to handle connection, threat, and being seen. If this changed how you think about eye contact, even a little, there's a whole world of psychology just like this waiting for you. So you don't miss the next video, because we dive deep into the kind of psychology that doesn't just explain people, it explains you.